I had a request for just a little primer on Excel, and I'm sorry I didn't do this sooner. And it's kind of late today. I'm taking tomorrow off, so I thought I would do this real quick. Just if you have never messed around with a spreadsheet before. So when you have a question, it helps if it's something specific, but this particular request was just a general, what do I do? So let's just do a quick primer. Okay, so let's say you want to do a personal budget. So you start off and you have income, let's say. I'm not going to worry about capitalizing and all that, but maybe you've got gross pay, $5,000. And then you've got some deductions like FICA and federal income tax. Let's just take those two. So FICA. All right. I'm going to do a calculation here, and the way I'm going to do it, to tell Excel I'm going to do a calculation, I use an equal sign, and I'm going to use a minus to tell it to do a negative formula. So I'm going to, this is going to seem kind of weird, but I'm just kind of doing this off the cuff. So FICA is going to be a deduction, so it's a negative number, and it is, so I click on this cell, B4, and B4 times 0.0765, that's 7.65%. Another way I could do this is I could put 7.65 over here, turn it into a percent. I'm wearing my bifocals. Oh, that's 765%. 7.65%. And add some decimal points so we can see it. I'm wearing my bifocals, so it's hard for me to see the screen. So anyway, that gives me, let me do this formula again. Equal tells Excel I'm doing a formula. Point at the 5,000 times, and then point at, put your cell reference on C5, and the formula that you'll see here is B4 times C5. The problem with this is I really want this to be a negative number, so I'm going to just put a negative sign there. And then federal income tax, let's say that's 10%. I'm going to actually copy this. Control C, Control V, or you can go copy and paste. I'm right clicking to get that menu. That's a right click. I forget you can't see my hand down here, but I actually want this to be 10%. I just wanted the format and all that. So in this cell, federal income tax, I'm going to take equal sign minus 5,000 times 10%. Now what you'll notice is if I change this to say 12%, it will recalculate. That's 12%. Let me format these so that they are numbers that look like that, accounting numbers. I just like the look of it better. And now let me do a quick sum. So the sum, there's a formula here, sigma symbol from Greek, symbol for add stuff up, I think. So if I click on that, it says sum up all of that stuff above this cell. Now that's a kind of an automatic thing. If you do it like out here somewhere, it's going to be confused and it'll just say, what? If I do it here, let's say I do it here. Let's say I want to sum all of this stuff up here, but I have my cell reference over here. Excel will guess and it'll say, oh, you want to add the stuff right above here. No, that's not what I want to do. I want to add this stuff. One of the specific questions I got is right here. This says B4 to B6. Let me do a different area. Let me just take a big area here like this. The sum of everything that's in E5 to G16. That colon right there is telling you that that's a range. In this particular formula, the range is B4 to B6. And so here is my net pay. And then I have some expenses. Let me just throw a couple in here. Rent, insurance, groceries. That's enough. So rent is $2,000. That's too high. 1,500. That's a nice place. Insurance on the car is $250, and groceries are 1,000. Boom. Okay, and then sum that up. You can also type this equal sum parenthesis open parenthesis, highlight the range that you want to sum, close parenthesis, enter. Excuse me. I'm going to format this with accounting format. And then I'm going to put some, I want a top and bottom border on these, and I want to paint that format here. I'm going fast because you can stop and look at this and going to go and play around with it a little bit. And also Google, I'm sure there are a lot of better Google tutorials for Excel than what I'm doing here. Let's see. So then what I want to have is my net pay is $4,000. My total expenses, let's put total expenses. And then what I'll have, let's just call this savings. Yeah, we'll call it savings for now. So I'm going to put a formula in here. And I'm lazy. I start the formula with a plus. It works. Excel will fill in the equal sign. And then minus expenses. Whoops. And there's my net. This is what's left over at the end of the month. It's probably not realistic for most of us. So change my federal withholding to 15%. And it changes, it recalculates everything, and change my insurance to 300. It recalculates, put a double underline under the total. And let's see, what else could I do for, oh, there is a, I think I talk about this in one of the other videos, but this is called a relative reference. Let me see if I can show the formulas. Here. There we go. Sorry, with my bifocals in, I would have to look like this to see the screen. But here you can see the formulas. These are relative formulas, and I showed this in one of the other videos, but if I take, say, I'm trying to think of something logical, but don't let me just do something logical. I'll do something weird. I want to take this cell, C5, times the gross pay of 5,000. And it will calculate if I, oops, don't do that. If I don't show the formulas, you'll actually see the calculation. But let me go back to showing the formulas. Okay, and if you want to see what your formula is doing, I use this more for instruction than I do for debugging. But that's the formula. Now if I copy this formula down and then trace the precedence for each one, you'll see this is a relative formula. So it's pointing at, for instance, this is pointing 1, 2, 3 cells above and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 above to the left. But that's a relative formula. So when I copy it down to the next row, the references move. Okay. Let me show you then an absolute formula. I'll make both of these, I'll make all of these absolute by putting dollar signs in front of them. Now when I copy this anywhere in the spreadsheet, this reference is not going to change. Those cell references are absolute. The dollar sign does that. If I omitted a dollar sign, let's just say I take some of these off. Then some of the references in this formula, let me get rid of that arrow. The C is relative and the 5 is absolute. The B is absolute and the 4 is relative. So if I copy this, Control C, copy it down here, copy here, Control V, let's see where it's pointing now, kind of randomly in a sense, because the C, when I moved the formula over, changed to an A, but the 5 didn't change. And the B column didn't change, but the row changed from 4 to 15 because the row in this one is a relative reference. You have to play around with this a little bit to get the hang of it. So there's a short primer. If you have specific questions, send them to me. I'll accumulate a few of them and then I'll do some more demos for you. I appreciate the input. Keep the questions coming.